Hey everybody, okay, so today we're going to be talking about character point of view and summary. And for this lesson, we're going to focus mainly on summarizing. And the practice that we're going to do, their assessment they're going to do is a scoot around the room, which if we were in a classroom, there would be these little cards would be taped all around the room. They would be paired up with somebody based on their reading levels, and they would go around, read each one, answer the questions that go along with it. So I have my sister here today with me. She's going to help me go through this lesson and talk about what summarizing is, okay? So, Aubrey, turn around this way. Okay, so what I would have them do is I would have the classroom come down and they would sit in front of me and on the rug, and we would talk about what summarizing is. And at this point, they should already know because we've reviewed it throughout the week. So, Aubrey, can you tell me in your own words what summarizing is?
It's kind of like the main idea, but not really.
Okay.
Kind of like, kind of hard to describe, but it's kind of like what's the character really?
Is summarizing, does summary mean that it's shorter than the text that you read?
Yes.
Do you say it in your own words?
Yes.
Yes. So summary would be if you read this and then you told it to me what this meant in your own words, right? Right. And it would be shorter than this, right? Okay, very good. So what I would have them do is we would talk about summarizing, and then I would pull the PowerPoint and we would review the PowerPoints on what summary is, how you can look for summary, and all that. So a summary, Aubrey, is a brief recap of something that you've read, and it's in your own words, okay? And it's not copied exactly word for word, right? Right. Okay, so what I would do is I would have their partners already placed up on the board, and after we reviewed, I would say, okay, Aubrey, you and your partner are going to get together and you're going to start on your scoot. The students can start anywhere they'd like to around the room. There's 10 cards. As long as they make it through all 10 before the time is up, then they're fine. So we're going to take, I still have the cards from this year. I'm going to take them and we're going to lay them out like this. And what I'm going to have her do is she's going to read whichever one she wants, and we are going to answer the question that goes along with that, okay? So Aubrey, you pick whichever one you want. Number 2? Okay. So I'm going to pretend as if I'm her partner. So let's read it together. Allison and her family went to the beach for vacation every summer. Although everyone else in Allison's family loved the beach, Allison didn't like it one bit. Either the sand was getting all over her or the waves were splashing in her face. She would much rather spend her vacation by a pool or at a water park. Very good. So what I like the kids to do is to talk with their partner about how they would summarize it. And basically what they do is that they would read this together, and then they would look at each other, and the partner would say, okay, now I want you to tell me in your own words what you just read. And that just helps them practice on basically when we take this from saying it verbally and putting it down on paper, they're going to practice how they would write this down on paper. If a question asks them, summarize this in your own words, they would be able to write it down. So Aubrey, I want you to, what we're going to do is we're going to read it again because they are to read it twice. And then she's going to tell me in her own words what this means, okay? So let's read it one more time. And then you're going to look at me and you're going to tell me what this means, okay? What the summary is, yes. Allison and her family went to the beach for vacation every summer. Although everyone else in Allison's family loved the beach, Allison didn't like it one bit. Either the sand was getting all over her or the waves were splashing in her face. She would much rather spend her vacation by a pool or at a water park. Okay, so Aubrey, what is a summary? I want you to summarize what you just read.
That Allison does not like the beach as much as all of her family members do, and she would just rather be at the pool or splash water park.
Okay, now don't forget you got to include the important parts, the main parts of this. Okay, so what are the reasons why she doesn't like to go to the beach?
Either the sand gets all over her or the water splashes in her face.
Okay, now I want you to summarize that for me again and add those parts in.
Allison doesn't like the beach as much as her family members because the water splashes in her face or either the sand gets all over her and she would just rather spend her time at the pool or at a water park.
Very good. All right. So what we would do is I would have them go through every single one, numbers 1 through 10, and they're going to be given comprehension questions to answer with each one. So I'm going to come up here and show you which comprehension questions go with number 2 that she chose, and we're going to practice working on that. Here, I'll hold that. So, I would have this up on the board, which I wouldn't have it up just yet, but whenever it was time for us to review each question, I would put these questions up. So, for the one we chose, number 2, we're going to read it together, okay? What is Allison's point of view about the beach? A, Allison is thrilled about the sand sticking to her.
No.
No. B, Allison cannot wait for the waves to hit her in the face.
No.
No. Or C, Allison wishes her family would go someplace other than the beach.
Yes.
Very good. And what we do here is that we encourage the students to look for context clues in their text. So when I go over every single one of these in front of the kids, I would say, okay, so explain to me how you know that. What's your evidence as to why C is the correct answer? Why Allison wishes that her family would go someplace other than the beach? And everybody would say, oh, because she doesn't like the sand in her face and she doesn't like being hit by the waves, okay? So you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. So we would go through every single one. Let's do one more, except this time I want you to read it by yourself. Yeah?
Aloud?
Yes, and then I want you to summarize it for me. And then we're going to answer the questions together. So you choose another one.
What was the one that was up top? Can you scroll back up?
Yes. Just choose one. Choose 1 through 5.
Okay.
And you've already done 2.
I'll do
4.
4.
Okay. Now I want you to read that to me.
Halloween is the best holiday every year. It is better than Christmas, and the 4th of July for several different reasons. First, you get to dress up in whatever costume you want. Second, you get to go trick or treating with all of your best friends. Finally, you get to eat as much candy as you want.
Okay, very good. Now let's read it together the second time, okay? Because it's important that they read it twice because they're not ever going to understand it if they only read it once. So we're going to read it together the second time, yeah? And then you're going to tell me what it means. Halloween is the best holiday every year. It is better than Christmas and the 4th of July for several different reasons. First, you get to dress up in whatever costume you want. Second, you get to go trick-or-treating with all of your best friends. Finally, you get to eat as much candy as you want. Great. Now, without looking at this, I want you to just tell me what you just read in your own words.
She says that Christmas and 4th of July, Halloween is better than Christmas and 4th of July because you get to dress up in whatever costume you want. You get to be with all your friends and you get to eat as much candy as you want.
All right, very good. So we're going to look at the questions, okay? Number 4 right here. Let's read them out loud. What is the narrator's point of view about holidays? What's a point of view?
Like, point of view?
Yeah, what's a point of view?
Like, when
Point of view is how you feel about something, okay? That's your point of view, okay? So what is the narrator's point of view about holidays? So let's read A. The best holiday is Easter because you hunt for eggs and find candy. No.
It didn't even talk about Easter.
Exactly. Okay, B. The best holiday is 4th of July because of the fireworks?
No.
No. Or is it C? The best holiday is Halloween for 3 main reasons?
Yes.
Yes, very good. Okay, so this is the whole idea the idea of this is that in a unit, this would be taught on day 3. So the idea of this is that it's more of an independent activity, and it's done only with a partner. And the idea of this is that they learn to not only work together, read together, but they learn to actually verbalize summarizing, because up until this point we've just been working on comprehension questions all together as a whole group, and this is far more independent, and it gets them ready for the next day when they take their practice tests in order for them to be prepared for the test the following day. So that was it, and I hope you liked it. Aubrey, wave bye.
Bye.
And we'll talk to you soon.